Bloody hell, James and Fuhad. It seems as if you gotten yourself into a bit of a stinker. James and Fuhad, the host of ShxtsNGigs, appeared on the Andrew Schultz podcast, and they laughed as Andrew Schultz made a joke about black women. Their audience base is predominantly black women, and they didn't like the fact that they weren't defended. This is what they said.
What is the black girlfriend effect? This is
you don't know about this.
Glow up the other culture.
Yeah, so you'll see a guy who's had a black girlfriend, all of a sudden he's got buzz cut, like clean shape up.
Glows up, bro.
I like that. I like that. They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about shit all the fucking time. That's why they gotta shave their hair.
Nah, bro. White guys with black girlfriends, they
grow a beard because there's
up.
more cushion when they get slapped the fuck out of them. That's hilarious. I think the black girlfriend effect, it might be a protective instinct, bro.
You think?
Protective.
Yeah. Do you guys have you ever had black girlfriends?
Yeah.
Have you ever had white girls?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. What's your favorite?
We love them all.
Yeah.
Oh really?
We love them all.
Yeah.
That means white.
That means white.
Hey, let me get the email translation.
Kendrick fans, get them!
We love them all.
That's royal English for.
I don't know why y'all shocked. Like, a lot of people thought that they were different than other podcast pros. They not. The reason why they felt so comfortable not checking Andrew Schultz is because that how they feel. Because he could have quickly went ahead and checked Andrew and been like, you dated a black woman? No? Okay, then you don't know what you're talking about. Go ahead and chill out. Seriously. Like, just a quick check, because I can guarantee you this. I doubt very seriously Andrew Schultz would be sitting up there cracking jokes about Jewish women. I don't think that Andrew Schultz would be cool sitting there while Fahad and James made a joke about Jewish women. I think that would have made him feel uncomfortable. Or white women, however he identifies. I don't think he would have been, cool about that. Now, if y'all don't know, it was a huge trend on TikTok a while ago called the black wife effect, and they did it to the $1 Million Baby, and it was showing white men that had gotten with black women how their style has changed. This is one of the videos.
Is real. Okay, this is something that needs to be studied in universities. I don't believe in much, but I believe in the black wife effect, and soon you will too. This is me before I met my wife. I look like if Machine Gun Kelly was anemic. I look like Water Gun Kelly. Who parted my hair? Moses? And how do I look like a little boy and an old woman at the same time? Like, this should be an illegal build. Enter the black wife, which I do every chance I get. You can't tell me that's not a miracle. You can't tell me that's not an improvement. What? Do you see this? Call me a leaky ceiling, 'cause I got the drip. This one's just a thirst trap. I'll give you a sec. Dude, night and day. And I'm not just talking about our skin colors. The black wife effect? Give it the Pulitzer. Give it the Nobel Prize. Give it an Oscar. Give it a Tony. Make it an EGOT. Fucking black wife effect, man. The black wife.
Now, let me be perfectly clear. I've seen the black wife effect, and some of their transitions were amazing. Now, one thing that I did criticize about the black wife effect, I'm gonna just say, they styled them the way black men would dress. Hairstyles similar to black male hairstyles. After the situation blew up, James and Fahad came back and apologized. They have since deleted this apology, and they deleted the first 100 episodes of their podcast.
Fine, but we just wanted to address something that's happening at the minute. This past weekend, there's been a couple of clips going around from when we did a session on the Flagrant podcast while we were on our US tour. And there were a few jokes made that were incredibly inappropriate. One specifically,
He's not even looking at the camera.
Specifically pertaining to black women. And in the clip, Andrew was making a joke. I'm not even going to get into specifics. Making a frankly racist joke. And we were laughing at it. And to give, there's first of all, before we get into specifics or anything like that, obviously there's just literally no excuse. There is no excuse.
Agreed.
And fight or flight is a real thing. Fight or flight is a real thing, and it's so not easy to say, but when you're in those situations, you look at it through a lens of like, bro, if it was me, I promise you I'll stand up, I'll kick them cameras down, I would smack homeboy in the face, I would say this, I'll do that. But when you're in there, you're in shock.
You're in shock, and all you want to do is move on.
Yeah, bro, move on is the fucking word, bro. All you want to do is fucking move on. Just move on to the next thing. Just move on to the next thing.
There's
and
so
like
many
we had to
times.
say a few times, bro, just move on. Just move on.
So many different topics. We were like, move on. And it's not even like about pity laughs or anything, but we just wanted to
get out of that situation.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. They're not looking at the camera. They look like they don't want to give this apology, and they want to move on, bro. The reason why they're giving this apology, like I said before, they got on there and they said some crazy stuff multiple times about black women. And when you know that the majority of your fan base is black women, you really shouldn't try to do anything to upset them, because those are the people that's spending their money on you. I just feel like Andrew Schultz exposed them for who they really are. That is how they felt. But just stand on it. Just say, or either just say, you know what, we didn't think the joke was going to receive this much backlash. We didn't feel uncomfortable because we thought it was just a joke, and we're sorry that our actions offended you. It won't happen again.
To get out of that situation, keep the ball rolling, and we thought it was going to be more of like a bros chat, but it ended up being something that's like really, really hurt people that
look to us for support and look to us to feel protected. And protected is the main thing that I wanted to discuss, is that it is our duty to protect you guys.
Facts.
And it is definitely not cool to be in that situation. And again, not be the ones to stand up and kick the cameras down. And we fucked it on that occasion.
We did.
It's not going to happen again. And it's about being human. It's about realizing that you don't know what you're prepared for. You don't know how to prepare for something
you don't know
that you
about.
don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And once it's happened one time, you're like, fuck, all right.
You learn from your mistakes, and that's literally
You
learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, we fucked it, and we're sorry.
We definitely do apologize.
It's, for me, like, it's one of them ones where you don't realize that, like, for one, when you're part of a community, you don't realize that you can hurt your own community,
especially
when you're not. When unintentionally,
for real.
And also on top of that,
you literally sat up there and let that man call you a double slave. You let that man disrespect you and didn't check him not once. Like, the simplest thing, y'all said y'all didn't know. Why didn't y'all research how he acts on his podcast before he asked you to come on it? Like, what was the reason that you chose his podcast? What does your audience base and his audience base have in common? Or are you trying to expand your market and you thought that it would be a good idea to go to Andrew Schultz? You had to research how he gets down and some of the stuff that he says and thinks is funny. Don't let somebody else that makes racist jokes mess up your bag and put you in a situation you can't get out of, because Andrew Schultz responded to this.
It was so crazy that, like, the narrative that's been spun about how we feel about our community, the irony of the fact that whilst the whole reason we're in that country was to just show how much we love our community and show how much we love our supporters and how much time we spent at the shows and just like getting to know people and just like understanding our community better and just like making friends and making bonds and showing love, and they're showing love. And this whole 6-week trip was just about showing how much we love our community and how much our community show out for us. And then to have that exact same trip be the reason that we're having to have this conversation now. But at the end of the day, mistakes make you a better person.
Mistakes do make you a better person.
You're not born a perfect person. And we don't condone, we don't appease that behavior, we don't rate it. And we don't want you guys to think that we were sat in that room rating what's going on.
We hold our hands up, we apologize. You learn from your mistakes.
First and foremost, that was a crappy apology. They're not looking at the camera. It's ridiculous. Now, we're about to check out Andrew Schultz.
Apology! They're fighting for their careers!
Désolé.
They're fighting for their lives
Lo
here!
siento, Haitians, I'm sorry.
Okay?
And it is definitely not cool to be in that situation. And again, not be the ones to stand up and kick the cameras down. And we fucked it on that occasion.
We did.
It's not going to happen again. And it's about being human. It's about realizing that you don't know what you're prepared for. You don't know how to prepare for something
you don't know
that you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Once it's happened one time, you're like,
Pause.
fuck.
You know what's mad funny about this? Is that they had shit that they asked to take out the episode. You know what they didn't ask to take out?
Your racist slander. Why is your nose twitching? They had shit. Their producer, whatever, was like, "Hey, we really think that's inappropriate. We'd like to take that out. That's very uncomfortable." Their fight and flight instinct really kicked in after the power down. But with that joke about the black women, nothing really seemed. The fight or flight wasn't really there. Your delivery was too good. I think maybe they were seduced by the delivery. Yeah,
I like them. I feel bad they're going through this, but you don't gotta protect anybody. That's what I would say.
I like
to y'all
them too.
Personally, to y'all publicly, you don't gotta protect. Your people are equal. What are you talking about?
Okay, let's listen to the end of the apology.
You learn from your mistakes, and
that's true.
That's literally
learn
from your mistakes.
Yeah, we fucked it, and we're sorry.
You definitely do apologize.
It's for me, like, it's one of them ones where you don't realize that, like, for one, when you're part of a community, you don't realize that you can hurt your own community,
especially
when you're not. When unintentionally,
for real.
And also on top of that. True. It was so crazy that, like, the narrative that's been spun about how we feel about our community, the irony of the fact that whilst the whole reason we're in that country was to just show how much we love our community and show how much we love our supporters and how much time we spent at the shows and just, like, getting to know people and just, like, understanding our community better and just, like, making friends and making bonds and showing love, and they're showing love. And this whole 6-week trip was just about showing how much we love our community and how much our community show out for us. And then not born a perfect person.
Like, funny on the internet, but they're not comedians. Yeah. So
now what I would say about this is, I wouldn't sit up there and joke. Like, one of the Indian guy, he's talking about, you don't owe your community anything. You don't have to protect anyone. Yeah, you do. Success comes great responsibility. Because, see, people, when they see certain things, whether it be on TV or they see it on the internet, and they're not familiar with the black community, they think that, oh, this is acceptable behavior and all black people act like that. And we don't. I may say stuff about black men to another black woman, right? But you come outside my community, think you about to be trashing them? No. Talk about your men. Talk about what y'all got going on over there. Don't talk about what's going on over here, because that ain't none of your business. Why you got all these young thugs walking around blase with they pins hanging off they behind in black on black crime? Why don't you talk to me about your school shooters? How about that? How about you talk to me about y'all pill popping epidemics that's going on in your community? Got kind of deep there, huh? Y'all, mind your business. Andrew feels so comfortable saying stuff that he shouldn't say, and that's because ain't nobody checked him.